fellow dragons, it is I, the Dragon Lover 95, here with another reading, and joining me is, well, the little wandering dreamer wolf herself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Wells Clyde 27, aka Ree.
Yes, and we are going to be doing another Balan Wonderworld fanfic, well, story. And, well, I figured I wanted to do this one, considering that it's a really interesting one. Basically, it's with another user, and besides, it'll give Dreamy a little more to work with on her forming her own stories. So, yeah. Worlds, care to give your little input on this?
I only read chapter 1, 2, and I'm starting to begin on chapter 3, so I haven't. All I say is the story is good so far. I don't know what's gonna happen in 3. I'm still reading on that one.
Well, I've already gone up to chapter 8. That just recently got posted. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Right now, we'll be reading "Finding the Happiness You Need" by Crazy Girl Auto 5. I gotta say, you basically did an interesting job with this story. I'm gonna say. Now, without further ado,
quite likable.
Yes. Now, without further ado, this was a request from another user here.
Kawaii Obo 0878.
Huh. Alright.
You wanna start reading?
Yeah, sorry, I just had something in my tooth. I'm okay. Okay, let's stop this bench. I say bench, people.
Just go.
One who has seen the dangers of the world usually knows that the streets can be dangerous. But for some, the streets are the better alternative than where they are. This was true for a young boy named Leo. He set up a mat and his music, setting down a small bucket that said "tips" on it. Taking a deep breath, as he stood on the center of the mat, he started dancing as the music came on. Closing his blue eyes for a moment, he let the music carry him through the moves smoothly, posing in a finishing pose at the end of the song. Clapping reached him, and he looked up to see their audience watching him, and he smiled before the music came on again, and he started dancing once more, seeing people place money in the bucket, something that made him hopefully that perhaps he'd had enough to buy some food today and avoid going home completely. And we have a runaway.
Jeez.
It's definitely a different take. Oi, Elliot!
Ooh.
I'm sorry, boy, but this boy here, he's a bit more hardcore than you are.
He's better than Whale too.
Yeah. I mean,
You want me to take over?
I mean, seriously, Elliot got bummed out because he lost a frickin' basketball game. Come on, you could basically shrug. You could basically get back at that. Seriously, get your head in the game,
True.
boy. Well, it's mainly daddy issues.
I got this one. Oh, you want to keep reading?
I got this. It's okay.
Alright then.
My vocals are fine.
Alright then.
His home life wasn't the best. Though he had two parents, they weren't parents to him. He was more of a problem to them than their son. On the streets, he didn't have to worry about that. He liked it in the streets better because he didn't have to worry about getting into a fight or getting hurt. He was careful about that, staying away from the areas that were marked by other homeless people or gangs. He's a cautious kid. Well, 15, actually. The author of this actually claimed that he's 15, along with Emma.
Oh, God, okay.
Yeah. By the afternoon, he had danced a lot and gotten enough money to at least last to the local youth facility and get cleaned up, do some laundry, and get some dinner. Gratefully that today had been a good day and the people had felt generous. Though he hadn't trusted anyone to help him, at least he could count on his dancing to help him raise money. At the youth center, he paid the fee and headed in, washing up quickly to avoid attention, changing into some clean clothes before going to the laundromat and doing a load of wash. He didn't have much that fit in his backpack he had, but at least he could have clean clothes. No one questioned him, and he didn't bother anyone. After his clothes were clean, he headed out, going to a restaurant, and getting some food to go. Freaking pop-ups! I swear that doesn't often happen, people.
Who's texting you?
It's not. I don't know. Let's just move on. Carry on. After his clothes were clean, he headed out. Going to a restaurant, okay, there we are. I just lost myself for a bit. Buying an extra meal as something told him it would be needed. Instincts.
I could get it from here now.
Go ahead.
Heading out, he found a bench and ate his meal before seeking the sun was starting to set.
Guess I better find a place to sleep. Oh, you want to be Leo? Go ahead.
He said you. I said, do you want to do this?
I'm sorry.
I said no. You're gonna read. I'm sorry. You do it.
I mean, you could be Emma.
Okay.
Guess I better find a place to sleep,
he said to himself as he started walking, hoping to find a good spot before nightfall.
At an orphanage not too far away. Oh, this is just so precious here.
Okay. Emma had tears falling from her green eyes as she was standing before the lady who ran the orphanage.
I don't know why I bothered with you, Emma.
The lady sneered.
Oh my god, it sounds like a more cranky lady version of Owl. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All you do is cause trouble. I don't know how the former owner put up with you, seeing how many times you've been returned to this orphanage after finding a couple willing to adopt you. Who?
The girl hanged her head. The other kids have been spreading rumors about her being returned to the orphanage way too many times to count. And now the lady who owned it looks ready to kick out the girl. Truth was Emma was shy girl and usually hides when parents looking to adopt came by. Dorsey had been adopted twice herself, but the first couple got tired of her after a month, and the second couple felt that after a bit having a child wasn't worth it. She hid away, not looking forward to staying in the orphanage, but has been better than being adopted until today. The girl
it makes you feel sorry for her. Go ahead.
The lady took Emma's backpack and then grabbed the girl's arm, dragging her to the door of the orphanage and putting her outside. Throwing her bag down the steps, the girl caught her balance before she fell.
You are done here, young lady. Now leave and don't ever come back.
The lady said, shutting the door and locking it. Tears falling faster down her face. Emma slowly moved down the steps and picked up her bag, which I can't say that word. Continue a couple changes of clothes, a favorite book of her, and a tiger beanie baby that her both parents had given to her before they has died. Taking it out, she now hugged it close before putting it away, wondering where she was going to go. She began walking. It wasn't long before her stomach starts to growl. She felt hungry. She had no money to buy food. She then decided and turned down an alley, finding it empty, and found a crate to sit down on, hugging herself and wondering what was she going to do. She didn't see the boy behind her until he spoke up.
What are you doing here?
She gasped and turned, seeking in relief after a bit. I'm sorry, she said, grabbing her bag.
Wait.
He said nothing, but she had been. He said nothing that she has been crying. Oh, sit! No, listen! Sit!
It's all right.
I cannot read today. Oh, any day.
We have those moments.
Whatever. I'm gonna go hide.
Oh, don't, world. Come back.
This is your line.
Are you okay?
She shook her head and he stepped up to her.
I'm Leo,
he said, holding out his hand. She looked at him. Emma, she said, shaking his hand.
You hungry? I got some extra food today, and you look like you could use it. Convenient.
Somebody knows somebody was going to be hungry. You want to take over?
Sure. Hang on a moment. Sorry, people. We had a little minor issue, but we're back. Anywho, Emma was surprised, but nodded, and sat down while he gave her the meal he had gotten.
Thank you,
she said.
But what about you?
I ate earlier,
he said.
Made enough money from my dancing to do some errands and get some food.
You're a dancer?
She asked, her green eyes curiously.
He smiled.
One of the best,
he said before looking a bit saddened.
At least the people that stop and watch me think so. Emma smiled a little.
I wish I could do something like that, but I'm too shy.
Hey, like you! she said.
Plus, I really don't know how to dance.
Maybe I can teach you,
Leo said before looking curious.
By the way, what are you doing out here instead of at home? She sighed, looking down.
I'm an orphan,
she said.
And I got kicked out of the orphanage because the other kids were saying that I've been returned to the orphanage way too many times. The boy shook his head.
I'm sorry,
he said. What about you?
She asked softly. Homeless like you.
The boy, he said, not wanting to get into why he wanted watched her finish eating.
Well, we'd best get some sleep. If I'm gonna teach you dancing, we need to be well rested.
Okay.
She
She
smiled
smiled.
and nodded before seeing that he had formed a nest with some old blankets. It's not much, but there's enough room for both of us.
He said, making so their backpacks were nearby. They both settled down into a nest, and Emma smiled. This is this is actually very comfortable.
She said,
Better than my old bed at the orphanage.
"Really?"
He said. He asked.
She nodded.
I slept on some crates,
She said,
with just a blanket for nighttime.
"Okay, I've got to be clear here. Jeez, I think freaking Akira from freaking Persona basically has the luxury bed if he's gonna live in a freaking coffee shop." I'm sorry. Jeez, and there's no cat to basically say, "Go to bed." No, Morgana, I'm not doing that. Stop pestering me. Anyways.
Go to. Okay. Leo.
Go to frick to sleep.
Leo shook his head and pulled a blanket over them. One that was warm. Thankfully,
Good night, Emma.
he said gently. Good night, Leo, and thank you.
She said softly.
He smiled, not feeling so alone as he settled down and both fell asleep. Okay, you doing?
Nearby, someone stepped out of the shadows. He had been watching these two, and while he didn't know the whole story, he knew from listening that both didn't have a home. His shadow loomed over the kids and smiled with as gold eyes regarded the two before coming to a decision. The two children would be in for a surprise come morning. Yep, that is the end of chapter 1. How was that?
Lovely. I like it.
It was a good setup, honestly, and it just showed how Balan actually found the two. Yes, people, that's basically indicate that's how Balan found them. And no, he wasn't a stalker or anything. No. Balan's not like that. He was more observing.
Would have been creepy.
No, Balan, if I basically recall, he's not like that, honestly. Heck, I don't think Knight's basically that either. I mean, you could give it to Riala or Lance, and pretty much that would basically mean for fitting. Which is ironic, because they're both supposed to be dark themed.
As in, how would the creepy would come out like? Would they say, I know your favorite color or something else? I don't know.
Oh. But yeah, you know what?
It's a nice
introduction. Plus, you want to continue?
So.
Okay, guys, we're gonna continue with the story. You gotta look forward for it going. Alright, we're on chapter 2. Now, oh boy, this is a lot of narrating, and we'll take turns, depending on who's gonna be talking and such. But you know, this is where we're gonna be introduced to our favorite maestro. Anywho's, how quiet the street seemed was the first thing Leo noticed as he woke up. Opening his eyes, he rubbed at them to chase off the last of the sleepiness until he sat. Skype, why did you basically do that? Why did you basically pop up? That's like a bloopers thing.
Then put yourself on. Don't just Oh, I don't know how you say it. Put yourself in. Don't distract me.
Just a moment, people. I'll get back to this. Okay, people, we're back. All things are said. Anyways, sleeping until he sat up, looking around, blinking in surprise at what he saw.
Instead of walls of the alleyway, he was in a bedroom. On a bed, and he was wearing a white pajamas, bl- blinking as he knew that has fallen asleep in his clothes. He looked around, finding Emma beside him on the bed, and she was still sleeping. Reaching over, Leo gently shook her shoulders.
Emma, wake up.
He whispers ungently. I don't know.
Urgently.
Shit, crap.
It's okay.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Okay. Hmm?
She groaned out as she opened her eyes, seeing Leo looking at her, his blue eyes filled with worry.
What is it, Leo?
She asked as she sat up. What's going on?
He asked her.
Where are we? The blonde-haired girl looked around, gasping as she saw they were in a bedroom, and both she and Leo were sitting on a bed, and she herself was wearing a white nightgown. Wow, Balan really likes the color white, apparently.
Well, he is wearing a white suit.
Well, he has some red in there, he's got some gold in the mix, he's even got a blackish blue. I checked, guys.
Mostly white.
Yes. Huh. It makes you wonder. I like to think that they would actually pull a prank when he's doing his laundry and his outfit is just reversed colors and it's just pink. That would be something.
Just like
all right.
Video of Despicable Me.
All right. That's very funny, but I'm gonna ask, which one of you was the one to do this prank? I won't ask again.
I might have accidentally thrown one of my shirts.
You know, I have an extra laundromat.
I know.
It's alright. This is fixable. Just don't do it again, alright?
Okay.
Anyways, something she knew she didn't own.
I don't know.
She admitted, sounding a bit nervous.
I have never seen this place before.
Leo felt fear fill him, wondering if he and Emma had been kidnapped. But if they had, why were they in the bedroom, on a bed? Surely a kidnapper wouldn't have done that. He thought perhaps the police had found them, and what kind of police place would actually have this, honestly? That makes you question. It's not like you guys are in jail.
Maybe they might have took them to I can't say that word.
Asylum?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be the jail. I thought it'd be a jailhouse or something. I think that's what you were thinking, because an asylum wouldn't have that.
I know.
Okay, anyways.
Wait, a white room? I don't know.
But then, why weren't they at a police station? As more scenarios ran through his head, both teenagers had shot up at hearing the doorknob move, as if someone was about to come in. Oh, you guys are gonna be seeing this.
Okay, I got this one. The blue-eyed boy quickly dove off the bed and crawled underneath it, hiding but listening carefully. If Emma was in danger, he would be ready to help.
With what? He doesn't have a weapon.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he grabs my balance laser and he gets to the bed.
Okay.
Oh my god, you can just see that happening.
Yeah.
Okay, you want me to read this one?
Well, I'm doing Balan.
Finding the green-eyed girl quickly fell back against the bed and pulling the covers over her head, hoping that that someone just looking to see if she was asleep, and then would go away. Footsteps were heard as someone entered the room, and the door shut behind whoever it was. At the moment later, Emma felt someone sit beside her on the bed. A amused chuckle coming from the person
I know you're awake, my dear.
came a voice that was deep but sounded kind. You want to read this one?
It's
Oh
okay,
wait,
I
I
got
got it.
this. Are you sure? It's pretty
Oh,
long.
you could. You could do it then.
Okay, curiosity getting the best of her. She carefully peeked out, gasping as her green eyes took in the person that was beside her. Judging by how long his legs were, he's got long legs. He actually looks more natural than Boom Sonic, which says a lot.
Legs for days.
Yes. Actually, some people compare him to like Mettaton, actually.
Damn it.
Honestly, I could see that. Just play the freaking Death by Glamour in the background, and that was there. All right. He was a tall person, and he wore what looked to be a ringmaster suit that was gold, red, and white. He had dark skin, at least from what she could see of his face, mint green hair, and golden eyes that were in the red headband of his white hat, almost as if the hat was not just a hat, but a mask too. A huge
A
smile was
few.
on his face, but while it was startling, it seemed like the person was happy to see that she was awake. No need to be frightened, Emma.
He said we can
Revealing.
read that word. Revealing that he was the one that had spoken earlier.
She shrunk back against the bed a little.
How do you know my name?
She asked, a note of fear in her voice. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay.
Did you put your foot in the
Oh,
Oh, give
wait.
me a bit. Give me a bit.
Okay, guys, we're back. We're back. Anyways, I was there when you met Leo.
He said before glancing around glancing around and looking curious.
Now where is that boy?
Leo, I can't read that word. Hunker down, not making a sound. That he deciding to wait until the person left before he sneaks out and gets himself and Emma out of there.
Emma didn't respond to that, as she was still a bit afraid of this person.
Who are you?
She asked.
And where are we? The tall being smiled at her.
My name is Balan,
He said.
and we are in my home, the theater and entrance to Wonderworld. She blinked.
Wonderworld?
She asked, her head cocked to the side curiously.
Balan chuckled, his eyes twinkling at her, seeing her curiosity.
A special place.
He said, reaching forward and gently placing a hand on her head.
Gently, yes indeed. You don't have to be afraid. I don't bite. Yeah, I mean, with those chompers of his, he definitely won't bite. I mean, seriously. I mean, the only
She
thing
firstly draw him with fangs.
I've seen art of him having fangs, and honestly, yeah.
Nice.
Perhaps it was his kind voice or the way his eyes seemed friendly, but Emma slowly sat up, allowing the covers to gather in her lap as she looked up at the tall being, who smiled at this. There we go. Ah! And for the audiences who are interrupting, please turn off your cell phones because we're trying to film a scene here. Thank you. It's
What's this song? What? Did somebody try to call you?
Let's just get back to the scenery. Thank you.
Okay. Oh,
Go ahead, read.
right. Okay. He said, his hand moving gently, covering the right side of his face as his thumb brushes it over the cheeks smoothly.
The green-eyed girl was surprised at the gentle touch, but comforted as well.
You saw me and Leo when we met?
She asked.
He nodded.
I found you both in the alley, and heard you both say you were homeless.
He said.
So I decided that both will stay here with me. She looked a bit pensive.
You mean, like, this would be our home? She asked. Balan nodded again.
You'll both be safe here,
he said, a promise in his word.
By the way, how are you feeling? She noted that she still seemed a bit tired, no doubt from not getting enough sleep for many nights at the orphanage. Plus, his thumb rubbing her cheek gently was adding a bit to that, though she didn't mind it completely, as she began to feel safe, something she hadn't felt in a while.
I guess I'm feeling a little tired still,
she admitted.
Sorry.
No need to be sorry for that,
he said kindly.
In fact, I have something that will help you. She blinked.
You do?
She asked curiously. The maestro reached into his pocket and pulled out a vial of rainbow liquid, which is basically something of the drops you feed for the Tims. Noticing Emma's eyes went wide with wonder, which made him smile. It's a special liquid that will help you sleep well,
he said.
You'll feel well rested when you wake up again.
That sounded good to her, though she would have usually been very wary about accepting something from a stranger, balancing concern for her, and his smile had gentleness, making her smile back as she accepted the vial and drink the liquid. Her eyelids drooping as soon as she had finished the drink.
You want me to do this, or?
I got it.
Okay.
Balan stood up and reached towards the girl. One hand gently cradling her head, and the other hand resting on her shoulder. He very gently pushes her to lay down on his hand. I can't do that word. Guided her head to the pillow. She blinked sleepily as she smiled gently at her.
He saw him smile gently at her again. Go to sleep, Emma. And, Wolf, do you need a little break? It wouldn't be a bad thing if you needed it.
I'm fine. I can do this. I need to practice reading. For the next, if we ever going to go back to reading Night's Awakening.
All right, dear. I'll leave it to you then.
He encouraged gently as his hand stroked the blonde hair girl's head smoothly before he gently tucked the covers around her. Sorry.
Feeling safer than she ever had before, Emma surrendered to the sleep that was calling her, her eyes closing fully as she fell fast asleep.
The maestro smiled at this.
Sweet dreams, my dear.
He said softly before looking around.
Now where could Leo be?
He hadn't seen him when he came in, coming in, but something told him that the boy was hiding under the bed, smiling by. Balan walked to the door before using his magic to hover in the air, opening the door and closing it before moving so that he was hovering over the bed, waiting patiently for the boy to reveal where he was.
I swear, this is something Knights would kind of do as well.
I know, when I first read it, it's like, ooh, clever boy.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Balan is smart, okay? He's not that easily fooled. You have to be very tactic when it comes to dealing with him. If you want to play a game of hide and seek with him, well, you gotta be a little more skillful with this. Because Balan, well, he knows every nook and cranny of the place. So you gotta be tactic about it.
Mm-hmm. You want to read or you want to? Oh, you want me to read?
You want me to do it?
Go ahead.
Okay. Leo, hearing the door open and close, began crawling out from under the bed. Standing up, he looked at the bed and saw Emma was sound asleep. He didn't see anyone move around him until he turned to leave and bumped into someone. Jumping back to see it was a tall being who smiled at him. Ah, there you are, Leo. He said,
I got it. Before you can even say it. Okay. The boy realized that he had been tricked, and this was the person Emma had been spoken to back up a little.
What are you?
He asked, nothing being
noticing
the being was floating on the air. Fuck.
And what did you do to Emma? Just gave her something to help her sleep.
Balan replied.
You need to sleep too. I can tell you haven't had a chance to get a good night's sleep in a while.
Leo backed up, his eyes
cautious
and fearful, which told the maestro that he would have a harder time convincing the boy. I read it.
Okay.
Convincing the boy that he was safe.
Nothing will hurt you here,
he said to the boy.
How do I know you won't hurt Emma or me?
The blue-eyed boy said.
They like establishing what their eye color is. I mean, with Balan, I can understand they call him the tall figure because he's very tall. But oh well. Anyways, if that was my intent, don't you think I would have already done so by now?
Balan pointed out gently. The boy wasn't going to admit it, but the tall being had a point.
What are you?
He asked again.
The maestro of this theater.
The tall being replied.
No, I mean, you're not human.
Leo said.
But you don't look like an alien either.
Balan laughed at that, and the boy noticed that the being's laughter was deep and rich, not sounding fake at all.
I'm not an alien, Leo.
The maestro said.
Just a magical person.
The boy looked at him.
You don't mean like a magician, do you?
He asked. The tall being smiled.
You catch on quick.
He said
admirably.
admittedly before pulling out a vial of rainbow liquid.
But now, I can sense you're getting tired.
What is this? What is this? What is going on?
What?
I don't know why, but every time when I don't know why, but it reminds me of something scary. But Leo was starting to feel sleepy again, but he didn't. But didn't look keep
Keen.
keep on talking, taking the rainbow liquid. Something Balan noticed and smiled.
It'll just help you sleep, like how it's doing for Emma.
He said, glancing at the
Gesturing.
sleeping girl. Fuck! Stop! I'm trying my best.
It's okay. What? Okay, okay. I honestly have a feeling I'm going to be making a thumbnail of this.
If you're gonna do it, I'm not gonna hold back on tickling you.
Ah, no!
Just read.
Okay, the boy looked at her, and he could hear her breathing, which filled him with some relief that she was at least okay. He suddenly felt something reach. Freaking ads! Okay. He suddenly felt something reach around his neck and gently tilted his chin up, making him jump and gasp, which allowed Balin to place the open end of the vial at Leo's mouth and carefully tilt the vial to let the liquid flow out of it, gently forcing the boy to drink the rainbow liquid. Leo tried to move his head, but he noted that the maestro's grip, though gentle, was strong. It didn't hurt, but rather was gently insisting. As the last drop of rainbow liquid slid down the boy's throat, he felt tired and his legs started to give out, but moments later someone picked him up and he looked up as he blinked sleepily to see Balin was smiling at him and carrying him to the bed.
Leo tried to protest, but sleep was taking over him as he gently sat down on the bed, and he felt a gentle finger rest upon his lips.
Go to sleep, Leo.
Oh, shit! sorry. It's just, I don't know. This moment here is just making me feel weird. Okay, Balin cools smoothly.
Your dreams are calling to you.
I'm sorry. Okay, the boy was still fighting sleep, which made the Meister chuckle as he tucked him in one's hand gently.
Yes.
I can read another word. Brushing the boy's head in a smooth manner that seemed to do the trick, and Leo lost the fight with sleep, his blue eyes closing as he fell sound asleep. Go ahead.
The boy was still fighting sleep, which made the maestro chuckle as he tucked him in, one gently. Oh, you said that. Never mind. I'm sorry. I am sorry, okay? Ugh. Sometimes these kind of trick you. Okay. The tall being smiled at this. You'll both be safe here, he said before heading out to the room before going down the hallway. They'll be ready for the party tomorrow. Speaking of which, I better make sure it is all ready. Emma and Leo continued to sleep, both lost in peaceful dreams.
Oh, give me a bit.
Alright, people, that was indeed chapter 2, and I will admit, it's a little suspicious, and it was kind of funny how Balin was able to pretty much fool Leo into coming out. But he actually became sus, shall we say. He was kind of a suspicious fella.
True, because he just picked up Leo and Emma and put them in his bedroom, or in a guest bedroom.
Yeah, it was a guest bedroom, and geez, I guess Balan basically was just a very quick dresser, honestly. I mean, you see how fast he's capable of moving?
Mm-hmm.
That pretty much says a lot.
Yep.
But at least he gave them an easy way to have them sleep without much fuss.
True, true.
So, what do you want to do? You want to continue or basically do another video?
Do another video.
Okay, people, we'll see you in the next chapter.
Bye-bye.
Or how long it'll take. Okay.